All right. We are back. All right, that was my fault. That was my fault. That was my fault. That was my fault. I do apologize. I do apologize. I do apologize. We are back. We are back. We are back. Only have a few people here, but we are back, and that one was that was my fault. Somebody made the suggestion, stream it off of the LTE, so I streamed it off of the LTE. Well, and I disconnected the hardwire, and that killed the feed because apparently we were still using the hardwire and not the LTE, even though the computer was hooked up to it for Wi-Fi. But since we were already streaming, it wasn't gonna drop that feed for the other feed. Apparently, so. But we're back. Nonetheless, we're back. We'll get a few more people joining in. Give everybody a minute to join in, and we'll get the breakdowns. But that one was my fault, guys. I take full responsibility for that one. Now, but here's the big question. How's the feed now? How's the feed now? Is it any better? Is it still lagging if I move too quick? If I switch between camera angles, is it still delayed? It's great now? Okay, well, we're using 100% LTE now, so if we have connection issues now, we're going to blame it on AT&T. Mr. Jeremy Johnson, sir, if you are watching, I'm going to be texting you my personal plays. I see you just signed up for them. Alrighty, we'll let some people log back on, and we're going to jump right into the game day breakdowns. It's better now? Okay. I figured it should be. It should definitely be better now than it ever was, so we'll be good to go now. I got a good feeling we'll be good to go now and be able to run everything through its entirety. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, had to text out my games. It's not that it has a stronger connection than hardwire. Our connection, we've got the gigabyte internet. The problem is that there's a problem between Cox and our box on the outside of the building. Somewhere there's a connection issue, loose cable, split, something. There's something that's causing it to ping and spike erratically. So it'll go from one speed to the next, and when it spikes when we're dropping connection. It's crazy because when it says we're dropping connection, our connection speeds are absolutely ridiculously fast, but it's going up and down so fast, it's causing a connection issue. So it's not that it's faster, it's just more reliable at the moment until they get that figured out and squared away. Alex says, good morning, Kyle. Great call in Tampa Bay last night. Yes, we did a great job with that game of the year, and we're going to do an even better job with our Guaranteed Saturday today and our premium plays. And if you guys are not part of Guaranteed Saturday, here you guys go. We've never done this before. So if you didn't get my email or you didn't read the email that I sent out last night and sent out again this morning, $50 for Guaranteed Saturday, $50 for Guaranteed Saturday. That's it. Instead of the refund that we always do, it's normally $150 win, or you get a full refund. What I say today is screw the refund. If I lose, I'll take care of you and give you my game of the week, because I'd rather make you the money than give you $50 back. All right, because everybody knows if you're buying a game for $50, you're betting a hell of a lot more than $50. Even if you're betting $100, you're still in the hole. All right, and you're still stuck holding the debt on that game. So me, Jay, and Steve decided last night that that's what we were going to do, and we did it. And that's what we're doing. $50 Guaranteed Saturday. We've never done it before, guys. And if you want me to be able to keep on doing it, it's got to be supported. That's for sure. That's for sure. I can promise you that much. Like, if we had an amazing turnout, more than what we normally do, we're going to sell the same, but we'll sell a considerable amount more, because it's going to open it up to the guys that are betting $100, $150, $200, $250, whereas you're not paying $150 a game anymore, or $150 for one game. So we got Guaranteed Saturday down to $50 for today. I would love to be able to do it all the time at that. So if you guys want to do, I know I'm, gonna get reamed for it, and that's perfectly fine. I know exactly what I'm doing, and I know the buttons that I can push. I can promise you this much: they ain't firing my ass. I promise you that much. Because there's nobody else's ugly mug to get on YouTube, and if they did fire me, you guys would all come with me wherever I go. So that ain't happening. So I know the buttons that I can push and that I can get away with. But if you guys want them to be able, if you want them to allow me to do what I did again, then support it, and I'll see if I can make it happen continuously. Because that old saying, it's easier to do and ask for forgiveness later than to ask if you can do it. They say no, and then do it anyways, and now you're really up shit's creek. So I'd rather do it and say, oh no, I'm so sorry, I won't do it again, than do it. So, and another thing that we wanted to do, we want to be able to show. I hear all the time, you guys are too expensive. You're too expensive. Yes, we're not cheap. I get it. We are not cheap. We're not one of the cheaper services. We don't have, 2 days for $10. We don't have, $5 Tuesdays. We don't have, the Kmart blue light specials. All right. But I want to be able to show the smaller sports bettors what it's like to be able to deal with me one-on-one directly, or on our premium plays, and get instant access to the games, to a website that actually works every single day. You're not waiting, for some ding-dong to, email you the plays every single day. All right? Guaranteed Saturday is college football. Guaranteed Saturday, college football. You need to be signed up by 7 p.m. Eastern time. And, Alex, I'm sure you're going to love this one that we're also doing. It's one full week. I don't remember what package you're on, Trent, off the top of my head, but yeah, I'll do that for you. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. Just remind me if for some reason, if you do it, just remind me that you did. But yeah, no problem. You know me, I'll take care of everybody. Kyle the Pied Piper of Cat Nation, absolutely, absolutely. But here's the one thing that I actually really like that we're doing. Besides the Guaranteed Saturday for $50. We've never done a week of premium plays for $99. We have never done that. We've done a week of premium plays for $200. We've done a week of premium plays with other packages for $250. Johnny Bosox, no, you didn't miss anything, bud. You did not miss anything other than hopefully a better connection now. But we're doing a week of premium plays or a week of my personal plays for $99. You can buy both for $99 each. And you can buy it as many times as you want. So if you want 2 weeks for $99 a week, buy it twice. You want a month? Buy it 4 times. You want 3 months? Buy it 12 times. I don't care. But I can't guarantee that the $99 deal is going to be around tomorrow. It probably won't. They're going to get, I mean, I already know I pissed him off for the guaranteed Saturday for $50, and he ain't even in the office yet. He'll be here probably about an hour, maybe two, and it's going to be like, okay, what the hell did you do? He's probably watching, drinking his coffee at home. But I don't really care, so I wanted to do something special. I wanted to make it a special weekend. Everybody knows we own the weekends. They say Saturdays are for the boys. Bullshit. Saturdays is for us here at Cappers Nation, Cappers Direct. So, week of premium plays, week of my personal plays, $99. If you've never been with us, now's the time to come try us out. If you have never been with us, now is the time to go to the website, click on that premium tab, pick out a package, and get signed up. All right? $99 for 7 days. $14 a day, folks. $14 a day. And as always, 7 days. If you're not making money after 7 days, we'll take care of you until you do. I don't care if it takes me a month or one extra day. I will take care of you until you do. We'll never leave a soldier behind, that's for sure. All right? We'll never leave one of you guys behind. And for the people that have been with us and know what it's all about, I've got all of my personal plays. You can get all of them between now and the Super Bowl for $1,000. Ends up being $41 a week. $41 a week, folks. Roughly $41 a week for my personal plays if you buy that package in full. Ends up being less than $6 a day. So let's get down to some game day breakdowns. Let me move some things over. Let me pop some stuff up because we've got a busy card, and I know you guys have had some questions. And what I want to do is obviously I can't do every game on the board. I wish I could. There's just so many games on the board. I can't do every game on the board. But what we can do, and obviously there's going to be games that I have premium plays on or my personal plays or our consensus plays, so I can't obviously give out, my opinion or plays on all the games. But what I will do is there's a couple games that I'll want to break down myself for you guys. And then I know like you guys are going to have, hey, can you do this game? Tom's already asked for the NC State West Virginia game. So we're going to do that one. Which I do not have a play on, but we're going to break down that one. I've got a little bit of an opinion on it already from, my breakdowns and stuff that I did and the research that I did on that game. So we'll talk about that, and if I can give an opinion, I'll give an opinion as well. So we're gonna do all that. We're gonna do all of that, and it's basically going to be you call the breakdown, and we're gonna go break it down. And if I'm capable to do it, we will. If I've got a play on it, I'll tell you I've got a play on that game, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And hell, I'll probably still break it down for you. I just may not give you my opinion. We can do that one, Alex. You're just going to have to remind me once we get to it. We're going to do the West Virginia game first. And Anthony, yeah, that is an extremely good deal for all the new guys. And even somebody like yourself, if you want to take advantage of it, if you're already on a package like Anthony, you're on a package, and you buy it, it's not going to start today. It'll start when your day ends. It'll start when your package ends, your new one will start, so you won't lose any days. So, for instance, I know you still have, a little over a half a week. You've got, 4 or 5 days left. But if you renew early at that price, you get the savings. So definitely beneficial to renew early, and you'll never miss a day. You'll never get screwed out of a day that you buy a package on. None of that shenanigans. And don't forget, guys, UFC. Let's talk about UFC real quick. All right. Let's talk about the UFC real quick because it does go down today, and I want everybody to be able to benefit from it as well. And sometimes I get, Saturdays, we get lost in the talk of, we're not in the barbershop. We're not in the barbershop. Well, we are in the barbershop today, folks. We are in the barbershop. We'll be out of the barbershop here in just a second, though. We get lost talking about college football on College Football Saturday. I mean, the hype's here. Week 3. I mean, I'm stoked. I know you guys got to be stoked. So, UFC, guys, it starts at 5 p.m. Eastern time. All right, 5 p.m. Eastern time. If you did not know, we're running a big promotion on it. Obviously, our Guaranteed Max Fight Pick, it won last week. He's got a nice big winner, and as far as a Guaranteed Max Fight Pick goes today. However, if you buy the UFC card, the UFC card's $40. All right, if you buy the UFC card for $40, we're going to give you that Guaranteed Max Fight Pick today absolutely free. Or if you just want to buy the Guaranteed Max Fight Pick for $25, you can buy the Guaranteed Max Fight Pick for just $25 and call it a day. And if for some reason you lose, he'll give you, our UFC guy will give you his very next one absolutely free. That way you can, pound the book and get your money back. So don't miss out, guys. Donald Cowboy Cerrone headline the main event. It's going to be a great time. Fights start at 5 p.m. Eastern time, 2 Pacific, and UFC is going to be another moneymaker, and you guys don't want to miss it. So if you're not on board for the UFC, it's time to get on board for the UFC, and it's time to make that money. So, I'll definitely do the Maryland Temple game because I know a lot of people are rolling with Maryland, and people are saying Maryland looking good, and I'm going to throw a curveball in your thinking on that one. Matter of fact, that's going to be the second game that we do. And then after that, we'll do the West Virginia game. Then we're gonna do the Maryland game. Then we'll go from there. But I might throw a little curveball in your guys' thinking. Johnny Bosox, Kyle, quick question. I'm not a big bettor, usually $100 because what I can afford. Got a recommendation for package 99 for 7 days. Seems reasonable. The 99 for 7 days, we've never done that on premium plays before. We've never done that before. I think the cheapest we've ever done it was $200 or $199. But yeah, $14 a day. There's 4 premium plays a day. $100 better, $50 better, $25 better. Take advantage of the premium plays. $100 for a week. Definitely $100 for a week is a smoking deal. And you could definitely take advantage of it. It's a good deal, even if you're betting $100, $50, even smaller than that, $25. You definitely take advantage of it. We've done the double up sale, 6 days for $99, where you buy 3 days for $99, we double it, make it 6. That's the biggest we've ever done for $99. So now there's that extra day. And if you're already on board, I'm telling you guys, go renew early. Yeah, you're spending an extra $99 now, but you're going to get 7 days tacked on. So, and I can't promise you that they're going to let me do it tomorrow. So, but yeah, Johnny Reed says, I'm not betting, now I'm not picking Maryland, LOL. I'm definitely going to throw a curveball in your guys' thinking on that game. I definitely will. I promise you that much. And at some point, I'm going to need another cup of Joe here. All right, so I'm going to pop up. It's funny, Maryland and Temple is the first game that I come to, but here we go. NC State and West Virginia. Holy hell, I think it's time for glasses. So I had a little running joke with one of our guys yesterday. I've been in the gym every single day, except for this morning. And it was what's the odds that I make it to the gym before the live show? And I put me at a plus 190 dog to make the gym this morning. And I did not make the gym this morning. In order for me to make the gym this morning, I had to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I think I was still filming last night's video, and I wasn't even at home in my bed until 12:45 in the morning. So, that wasn't going to happen. So, a little running joke. I was a plus 190 dog to make the gym this morning. And here in a little bit, I'm actually going to take the Jeep out and head up to Mount Charleston and go play around up in the mountains. Alex says he's on Temple plus 7. I don't have any play on that game, but I'm going to give you guys my opinion on it. I do have a strong opinion on that game. I definitely have a very, very, very strong opinion on that game. And I'm going to give you guys my opinion on it. LT, thank you for that comment, bud. LT just made a post on our daily free play video. Cap Nation #1 in my book. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Prantia made some nice comments today. Jermaine Reed, as always, thank you, brother. Hoop by Night. Thank you to everybody. Princess Chachu take Temple plus the points. Good morning to you as well. Peaches. Tony, good morning to you. It's Saturday. Everybody knows Premium Plays, my personal plays, own Saturday, so it's going to be a great day. All right, guys, let's start out NC State, West Virginia. I guess I need to pop up the odds of where the money's at real quick, so hold on. Let me, wrong button there. Wrong button there. All right. All right, we got it on the right page. Game number 113 and 114 for betting purposes if you're trying to follow along and look up the odds for yourself. Game 113, 114. NC State, guys, opened up as a 6.5-point favorite. Total opened up at 49. Total is now down to 45.5 on the PlayMGM app, the D Casino. 46.5 still hanging strong at the Station Casinos, CG Technologies. And the Westgate has them at 46, same with 5 Dimes. The line on the game has risen to 7 in quite a few spots. All right, the line has risen to 7 in quite a few spots. The MGM's got NC State laying 7. The Play MGM app still has them laying 7. William Hill's got them laying 7. The only people that still have them at 6.5 is the Westgate and the Circus Sports, which is the D Casino. But I have a feeling very, very shortly that'll be changing at those 2 books, and those books will push it to 7 based on the money. Taking a look at the money aspects, let's see if the percentages have been updated. Okay, these are still overnight percentages from last night. But as of last night, 66% of all bets, actually no, they were just updated. Okay, I do see the update time. 66% of all bets coming in were on NC State laying the points. All right, the general public and the general population are all over NC State. And for good reason and for good measure, they're all over NC State. 61% are all taking NC State on the money line. And the total over and under, 74% all rolling on the under. 74% on the under. Nick Hubbs, good morning to you as well. Now, let's take a look. And, for good measure, there's a lot of people on the under. For the sole fact that NC State has given up 6 points combined and 0 touchdowns in their first 2 games of the season. Now, don't forget, Ryan Finley is gone. So they've got sophomore quarterback Matthew McKay. He's gone 43 of 65 on the year so far after 2 games. He's thrown for 508 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 rushing TD. He's been pretty good so far. He's been pretty efficient. Obviously, West Virginia is a whole new team, a whole new, I don't even want to say beast because they're not without Dana Holgorsen. But let's be honest. Let's take a look at NC State. They're 2-0 on the year. They're 1-1 against the spread. And they're 2-0 on the under. Now, matter of fact, both teams are 2-0 on the under. All right? Not one of them have played 4 games combined. They're all on the under. Okay? But NC State. Let's take a look at who they've played. They've played James Madison. Oh, sorry, not James Madison. They played East Carolina. They beat them 34-6, week 1. Okay. Last week, who did they play? Western Carolina. They beat them 41-0. It's Western Carolina. All right. It's Western Carolina and ECU. All right. Now they actually get a real team. Now, I don't care how bad West Virginia has done so far to start the year. They have a new head coach. They've got a new quarterback. They are still West Virginia. They still have a great core of, players. And they play in the Big 12. Now, they did get a win first game of the season against James Madison. They beat James Madison 20-13. I'd have to say James Madison is probably on the level of Western Carolina, if not better. Last week, they got beat by Missouri. They traveled on the road, new quarterback, new head coach, went down, took on the SEC, and they got the treatment that most teams get when they travel south. They got a beatdown, 38-7. They were plus 13. They were a plus 13 road dog against Missouri. They got beat 38-7. They got beat by 31. All right. Total on that game was 61.5. Went way under. Now my computer got extremely quiet. Is the live feed still rolling? Hopefully. Good morning, William. Thank you for the text message. I've actually never heard my computer this quiet during a live show. It is rather odd. All right, good to know, Tom. Thank you. So first, the disclaimer. It's still West Virginia. Different quarterback, different head coach. But their quarterback's not going to be that bad. You have to remember, they picked up the quarterback in a transfer from the transfer protocol from Oklahoma. Now, Austin Kendall was good enough to pick up a scholarship and a full ride to Oklahoma, which has been putting out Heisman after Heisman, which will probably put out their third back-to-back-to-back Heisman with Jalen Hurts. But this kid wasn't going to get any playing time. So off Kendall went to West Virginia. He'll be okay. Now, they do rank 128th out of 130 in total offense and 129th in rush yardage. And a lot of that had to do against, what they rushed against Missouri. So as the season progresses, Austin Kendall's going to be a better quarterback. The play calling for West Virginia should improve. NC State is a young team in their own right. All right, let's take a look at the numbers so far this year after 2 games. NC State averaging 37.5 points against the likes of ECU and Western Carolina. All right, 37.5 points against Carolina teams. They're averaging 250 yards rushing, 272 on the ground. West Virginia averaging 13.5 points per game after 2 years after their beatdown, or 2 years after 2 games after their beatdown from Missouri last week. They're averaging 32 yards rushing, 200 in the air. Look for that number to improve. All right. NC State, they've been holding teams to 24 rush yards per game over the last 2 games, the first 2 games of the season. But that's against Western Carolina and ECU. Holding teams to 163 yards passing. I think we're going to see a different story here. All right. West Virginia on defense has been getting ran all over. They've been getting ran all over. And NC State likes to run the ball. West Virginia holding teams to 153 yards passing. Missouri likes to run the ball. I'd have to say Missouri's a better running program than NC State. They've got a bigger front line. So I look for the matchup to be, I think 7 points as a home dog. Big 12 going up against the AAC. A team that is untested on the road, untested against another Power 5 conference school. I think I think NC State's going to be in for a big shock. I really do. I think the betting public's going to be in for a big shock as well. NC State 19-6 against the spread the last 25 games against lesser scoring teams averaging 23 points per game or less. That stat really doesn't really matter in the first 2 games. All right? Come back after 8 games and see what the average scoring is. Now, if West Virginia is still scoring 13.5 points per game on average after, a half a dozen games, they may not win a game. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hang tight, Trent. I'll respond to your text as soon as we get offline here. West Virginia 4-13-1 against the spread, revenging a loss. Well, last time these 2 teams played, they did lose, but that was 9 years ago. All right. NC State 12-2-1 on the under on the road against poor passing teams, averaging less than 6.15 yards per attempt. But be careful. Sorry, ACC. Yes, not AAC. Thank you, Sandbox Mafia. ACC. You are correct. But give the Oklahoma transfer to West Virginia. Give Kendall a couple games to get underneath his belt. So I think you guys will see a different quarterback here in the near future. He was good enough to get a ride to Oklahoma. He's good enough to put the ball in the receiver's hands at West Virginia, because West Virginia's got receivers. Crazy Andrew, yes, if you buy the UFC package for $40, you get the Guaranteed Max Fight Pick this week absolutely free. It'll be on a different page, but yes, you get access to it. Sandbox Mafia, Kansas got the bus and spanked them, boys. Kansas did. You know what's sad? We lost huge on Kansas last week. I loved Kansas last week. Matter of fact, I loved Kansas, and we bet against Kansas, and I liked Kansas this week. But after getting our asses handed to us last week, I had a bad taste in my mouth. I was caught living in last week's moment. Although even on matchup on the paper, coaching, I liked Kansas this week. Everybody else in the office was not, a Kansas fan, and I listened to the reasons why, and I rolled with it. They were able to convince me, and I should have stuck with the gut and rolled with Kansas. Plus the points, I liked them yesterday, and but I lost huge on them a week ago. I lost really huge on them a week ago, to the point where it stung, and it definitely hurt. Marcus, what's going on, sir? Good morning. JD Wool, good morning as well. Thanks for tuning in and listening. Frank, good morning. Big Saturday and big Sunday. Yes, sir. Big Saturday, big Sunday coming up. For everybody that's just tuning in and doesn't know, Guaranteed Saturday, I'm doing the exact same thing that we did yesterday for our game of the week. Game of the year. I keep forgetting that because we only have one game of the year. I promise you we'll never have another Major League Baseball game of the year for the company, all right? That was just like, the Premium Plays game of the year for Major League Baseball. But Guaranteed Saturday, I want everybody to be able to benefit from it again today. So we went ahead, we did the exact same thing for Guaranteed Saturday that we did for our game of the week, okay? You can pick up Guaranteed Saturday for $50. $50 make you holler, okay? $50 will make you holler. And if for some reason I stick my foot in my mouth, because it's normally $150 just for Guaranteed Saturday, all right? Our game of the years are $100, and we dropped it to $50. Guaranteed Saturday, $50. I'm going to get reamed for it, but I don't really care. I want everybody to be able to benefit from it, okay? $50 guaranteed Saturday. You get instant access to it. It's college football today. Guaranteed Saturday is college football. What was I going to say? And you get instant access to it. It's college football. You need to be signed up by 7 p.m. And no excuses now. People want to say we're too expensive. There you go. I just knocked off $100 off of our guaranteed Saturday, and it's going to be fun. Steven, if you're watching, sir, I'm texting you right now from my cell phone number. I see that. Never as KC. It was out late last night. We posted it late last night. It's out right now. Joseph, hold on to that question, sir. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second. I had text out my plays to Steven here, who just signed up for my personal plays. And if you want to get on this text message list, you can go pick up a week of my personal plays or a week of our premium plays for $99, as well as a guaranteed Saturday for $50. All right, Joseph said, hey, Kyle, I had two choices today. Bet Tennessee or make some money in my pocket. I took the latter and just signed up for your premium and guaranteed Saturday. Ka-ching, ka-ching, money in the bank. Thank you, Joseph. Actually, I just saw your order come through, so thank you. And you're going to love them. It's going to be a great weekend. And the cool thing is, you get a full week of premium plays for $99. Hold on 1 second, guys. From a silent watcher signing up. I know there was a question that I got by text message. Here's an interesting question. William says, if everyone in the office likes one side, can you pick the other side as a personal play, or is that not allowed? Thanks, Barbershop Talk. We've got some of the brightest minds in the industry all working under one roof. I wouldn't go against them. I'd rather not play a game. Especially if some of these guys are intelligent and their connections are amazing. And if they're against, a play that I like or something, it's generally for a reason. And I trust in them. I put my money on the line with them and them with me. So no, I wouldn't. But as far as premium plays go, if we're not all in agreement, it doesn't become a premium play. That's for sure. That's the only reason why Boston College became a play last night, is because they were able to convince me. I was the only one on the opposite side. On paper, anyways. But they were, they were able to convince me and change my mind on it, unfortunately. I wasn't able to swing 7 minds, that's for sure. Who Dat Bob says, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you, Who Dat Bob. Definitely appreciate it when you guys do. And for all the new viewers watching, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. That way you guys don't miss a beat every single time we go live or we put out a pre-recorded video. You don't want to miss out. It's going to be a great day, guys. And when we drop videos, you want to be notified, all right? Let's see, what else did I miss? I want to make sure I didn't miss anything here. Okay, no. Got everybody so far that signed up for my personal plays. Morning, Aaron. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you for joining us, as always. Anthony, yes, I did lost big on them last week, and this week, this week, Kansas. Yeah, Kansas burned us last week, man. Frank is a big Temple fan. We're gonna go over that game next. So as far as West Virginia and NC State goes, I'm not betting this game. I'm staying completely off of it. But if you forced me and you put a gun to my head, I lean West Virginia plus the 7. I think 7 at home. Oklahoma transfer. Austin Kendall gets to play at home this week. He's got the hometown crowd. I think we're going to see a different outcome from West Virginia today. I think we're going to see a different output on offense and defense from West Virginia, but I'm staying off of it. I'm not touching it with a 10-foot pole. Okay, I know some big sharp bettors that are all rolling with West Virginia +7. They waited till the line got to +7 and they absolutely murdered it. So I wish no matter what side you guys are betting, I wish everybody the best of luck on that game. I'm not putting $1 on it. So if you're on NC State, fantastic. If you're on West Virginia, I wish you the best of luck as well. And I think you'll be on the right side, in my personal opinion. Hold on one second, folks. Hold on. Somebody emailed in asking about the plays, the premium plays. I had to email back and let them know that they're posted. They've been posted. Premium plays are posted. They've been posted. Alex says he's on West Virginia. Probably the smart move. Over and under on that game. Back and forth. I think the under's a little low for what West Virginia is capable of doing. I mean, total's down to 45.5 now. The total actually dropped to 45.5 at CG Technologies in the D Casino. The Westgate was the first one to move it to 45.5. I like the over. I think Austin Kendall's going to be able to put up some touchdowns himself and get the West Virginia offense back on track. I know NC State has held their opponents to 6 total points throughout the first 2 games, but that's against Western Carolina and ECU. All right, West Virginia is going to be a completely different offense for them today. So I like the over. I lean the over, but I'm, again, not touching anything with that game. All right, next game that we're going to do. This one has been asked about, and I have a strong opinion on it, and I don't have a play on it. All right, I have a strong opinion, and I don't have a play on it. Maryland and Temple, game 115 and 116. Maryland 2-0 straight up, 2-0 against the spread, 2-0 on the over. All right, Temple, 1 game so far this year, 1-0 straight up, 1-0 against the spread, and 1-0 on the over. Bob G, what up, what up? Good morning. Aunt Wayne, roll tide. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. Now, let's take a look at the opening line, the opening number, as well as where it's at currently. All right, Maryland opened up as a 4-point favorite. Everybody jumped up on Maryland, rightfully so, after beating Howard, and then they beat Syracuse. They are sour from last week. Syracuse, 63-20. All right, that line is now laying 7, 6.5 in some spots. Okay. Although I do see 6 at the Westgate. Big discrepancy. 6 at the Westgate, 6 at the D Casino, 7 at the MGM, but at even money, plus 100. And then minus 6.5 at the MGM Mirage. That is because the late money this morning is coming in on Temple. All right, the money is coming in on Temple this morning, rightfully so. All right, total opened up at 59.5. The total, did you hear what I said? The total opened up at 59.5. It is now 66.5 at the Westgate, 67 at William Hill. That total has risen 8 points. All right, the total has already jumped 8 points. Lewis, hey Kyle, for small bettors, do you recommend getting premium plays or guaranteed Saturday? Well, there's a big difference. First of all, I recommend both. I don't think there's a bad scenario for you to do. Guaranteed Saturdays, one game, one big game today, later tonight. However, premium plays, you're gonna have 7 full days of them. So there's nothing wrong with jumping on board the 7 days of premium plays. You can't go wrong, Lewis, either way. You definitely can't go wrong either way. Both are going to be a good one. Both will treat you well. But you can't go wrong either way. Benji says he's buying the Maryland hype -7.5. Well, if you got 7.5, you're getting royally screwed because the line is not 7.5 anymore. 6.5. So if you already bet it and you're betting them and you believe in them, you can bet them again and get them a whole point less. Let's take a look at the money aspect of this game. As of right now, 65% of every bet coming in is still on Maryland. Only 35% on Temple. However, that number was low 80s last night. Over 82% of the public was on Maryland last night. All right, so it's actually come down 17%. All right, so there's been a big swing. There's been a lot more money, late money, big money, big money. Sharp bettors coming in on Temple when they were getting +7.5 and +7. Now that it's at +6.5, it's kind of petered out. All right, 73% of all all money line bets are still on Maryland on the money line, and then 62% of all the bets coming in are on the over, and that's one of the reasons why you see it rising. The total has gone up 8 points. Let's see. Alex, thank you for jumping on board Guaranteed Saturday. You're going to love it, and you should jump on the week of premium plays as well, or my personal plays. You know I always treat you well. And then that way you get a full week of winning as well. Matthew Smith, thank you for jumping on board Guaranteed Saturday play. Absolutely, let's do it. It's going to be a great day, Guaranteed Saturday. I actually love this week. Lewis, I see you just jumped on board Guaranteed Saturday. It's going to be a great day, guys. It's definitely going to be a great day. Let's see here. What else did I miss? All right, everybody's on. And if you sign up for my personal plays, and you're in the live chat, do me a favor, just post in the live chat that you just signed up and that you need them, and I'll text them to you right when we're in the live chat. Alrighty, hold on 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. And remember, Guaranteed Saturday is not until 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Bob G, good morning. Jeff, good morning. Matthew, yes. Guaranteed Saturday is never included in the premium plays. We never do that. All right? Guaranteed Saturday is always all by itself. So if you sign up for a week of premium plays or a week of my personal plays, Guaranteed Saturday is completely different. You're going to be getting something completely different. All right? Now, occasionally a premium play and my personal play might overlap, but very rarely. Very rarely does a premium play and my personal play overlap. It's actually surprisingly, I thought shockingly, it would happen more often, but it doesn't. Very rare. So like today, if you guys run my premium, or my personal plays and the company's premium plays, then you're never going to get the same games. They're completely different. Andrew, we don't save anything. We don't save anything. So there's no need when you sign up to put in a fake address or not put in your name. They need that for credit card authorization. But your stuff is safe and secure. We own our own server. So you're good to go. But let's take a look. Let's get back to the Maryland and Temple game, all right? Remember, the line actually got bet to -8, all right? At one point, you were able to get Maryland laying 8, Temple +8, all right? And the Sharps have absolutely hammered it down. Back down to reality, 6.5. Lewis, awesome. You're on premium and guaranteed Saturday. Fantastic, brother. You're going to absolutely love what we do today. Today's going to be a great day. I love Saturdays for, just in general. I mean, I love Saturdays just in general. But it's definitely going to be a great day today. All right, where'd my live chat go? I lost my live chat. There we go. How many games can I get? This is my first time. Ken, as in what? During the show or on our website? Matthew, my personal plays are the same. They're on sale. 1 week, $99. We did the exact same for premium plays and my personal plays today. 7 days, $99. Mike, you got Maryland -5.5. Did you have to buy it down? Or is that what your book had? Actually, the Westgate just dropped it to 5.5. Yes, sir. That sharp money's coming in on Temple, guys, literally as we're talking. Okay, so back to the game. So Westgate, literally, thank you, Mike, for pointing that out. Westgate just dropped it to 5.5. All right, Temple is now +5.5. Temple, 26-11 against the spread on Saturdays. Temple's not a team that plays on Saturdays very often. All right, that's 5 years. 5 years, 37 games on Saturday. Maryland, 3-12 against the spread against big play passing teams, averaging more than 8.3 yards per attempt. Temple averaging 507 passing yards per game. Well, one game. 507 yards out of their first game in the air. All right, Maryland, 9-1 on the under on the road, non-conference play against a non-Power 5 school. Maryland averaging 71 points per game. 71 points per game after 2 games so far is what they're averaging. All right? Averaging 335 yards rushing the ball, 301 passing. However, that's against Howard and Syracuse. All right? Temple averaging 56 points per game, 188 on the ground, 507. That's after 1 game, excuse me. That's after beating Bucknell. All right? So both of these teams untested when it comes to playing a quality opponent. All right? On defense, Maryland held both excuse me, Howard and Syracuse to an average of 35 rush yards per game and 198 passing, whereas Temple held Bucknell to 21 yards rushing and 190 yards in the air. Temple was able to beat Bucknell 56-12. They won straight up, covered the spread, the game went over. Maryland was able to beat Howard 79-0, shut them out, covered the 65.5 point spread all by themselves by almost 2 touchdowns, and the game went over. Sorry, 30 point spread, total was 65.5. They were laying 1 against Syracuse. They beat Syracuse 63-20. Straight up against the spread, and that game went over as well. Every day is different. 3 to 4. We average probably 3, but weekends there's more. We have four premium plays today. Matthew, we don't have just a football package. We have premium plays, my personal plays. But if there's football on that day, generally speaking, they're geared more towards football. We understand that everybody likes. I mean, most people like betting football more than baseball. But we won't. One thing that we'll never do is we'll never just make up a play just to throw you guys more football games or more baseball games. It just it happened to work out where we've got baseball today as well. That there's some huge money in it, and I recommend betting it. If you're not a big, I'm not a big fan of watching baseball. I think it's one of the most boring sports to watch. But I recommend betting it. We make a shit ton of money betting baseball, as people saw yesterday. Now, Temple did beat Maryland yesterday. 35-14. Not yesterday, last year. Excuse me, I'm saying yesterday. I was looking at my text message. Hold on one second. Temple 26-11 against the spread on Saturdays. Remember that stat right there, guys, okay? But yeah, Ken, anywhere from 3 to 4 on average. Jodor, Maryland has been killing it. Why is the line dropping? Maryland has been killing it against subpar teams. If yes, they beat Syracuse. They smashed Syracuse. They smashed Howard. Howard is Howard. Matthew, I usually give out 2 to 3. Today's a little bit bigger day. I've got 4. But my personal plays are usually 2 to 3. I slim them down. Joseph, premium plays are in your account, bud. You just need to go to the premium play page. Remember, guaranteed Saturday and premium plays are always on 2 different pages. So what you need to do if you're using a cell phone, if any of you guys are using a cell phone, you need to turn it sideways. Or a tablet, turn your cell phone or your tablet sideways. All right? And then next to your username, excuse me, look for your username. Look for your username, and then there's going to be a small little box with 4 little windows in it. Click on that box. That takes you to your dashboard. Scroll down, and you'll see your options. It'll say there'll be a link for guaranteed Saturday play. There'll be a link for premium plays. There'll be a link for system plays, for whatever package that you're on. Matthew, my personal plays, you can. I just posted a link to them, and they're on the exact same page that you purchased the premium plays, except scroll. Actually, it's actually the package right below. 1 week of my personal plays is actually the package right below a week of premium plays. It's the very next package down. Now, if you want the package that gives you all my personal plays between now and the end of the Super Bowl for $1,000, you got to scroll up to the very bottom of the page. That's at the very bottom. Mike, how do I feel about my Trojans today? Actually, I like them. I like the Trojans for a big upset today. I really do. Everybody in the world all taking the opposite, but I like them. Raider for life in the house. What's going on, sir? Thanks for joining us. Guys, don't forget to do us a big solid. Hit that thumbs up button. Let us know you appreciate all the hard work that we have, or that we do, to bring you guys a free plays, a free live shows, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. What do I think against UCF versus Stanford? I think it's going to be University of Central Florida's biggest test so far this year. Stanford is Stanford, and yeah, they got smashed by my Trojans last week, but I think it'll be a very, very, very good game. Matthew, I seen that you just signed up, so or not, or yes, but give me. One second. and I'll get you taken care of. Hold on. My personal plays I text out. So hang tight, and I'm going to be texting them to you here in just a minute. All right, hang tight. I'm going to be texting them to you in just a minute. Lewis says, I'm trying something new this season for some of my plays. 2 teams, 6, 7-point teasers. I went 6-1 last week with them. Do you have an opinion on them? Do you see that as a profitable long term? Yes. Is that not the number to text them to you? If you need it, if you need a different number added, or you need me to text it to a different number, do me a favor. Email me at that number or message me on Twitter, the number that you want me to text them to, and I'll text them to you there. Here's a link to my Twitter, all right? So if you want to message me on Twitter, DM me on Twitter, or email it to me, and I'll get them to you. Unless you want it to the number that's on your account, then let me know. Alex says, reminder to break down the Cal game. Yes. Okay, just email me the number to cd@cappersdirect.com. Oh, there's my computer making noise now. Hasn't made noise in quite some time. Where was a comment that I wanted to read? Frank says, Temple at 5.5 on my book. I am staying away, but pulling for the Owls. I liked Temple. I liked Temple when it was plus 7.5. I liked them when it was plus 7. I still like them, but I think we lost the value at the 5.5. I really do. I'm not betting them. I'm staying off of that game. Alex, do you have a game number for that game off the top of your head? Or a start time. Give me the start time. That way I can look it up a little quicker. Kenneth Williams over 35 first half of Murray State Toledo game. I have no opinion on that game. Anybody else have an opinion on the first half over? Oh, and for everybody that doesn't know, our premium plays, they don't start until 3:30 Eastern time. Premium plays do not start until 3:30 Eastern time. Daniel, you're killing me, buddy. Thank you, Nick. Thank you. Perfect. 162. 415. Thank you. That makes me scrolling for it a hell of a lot faster than looking through 2,975 games on a Saturday. See, just like that, we're in business. North Texas and Cal. That's the game you wanted, Alex? North Texas and Cal? Sam Hernandez, Kyle, can you break down the UCF game? Yeah, remind me when we're done with this one. We'll do that game next. JDub1970, good morning, all. Here's to a crush the books kind of day. Let's go, absolutely. Raymond, hey Kyle, what did you say about the Maryland game? Sorry, I had to step away for a minute. We broke down that game pretty good. You can always rewind and watch that one. But I was saying, Raymond, is the lines dropped to 5.5 now. I liked Temple. I don't have a play on it. I was staying clear of it for a few key reasons. But I liked Temple at plus 7.5. I loved him at plus 7.5. I loved him at plus 7. As we know, the sharp money is coming in big on Temple. Literally, the line has dropped over 2 points since we've been live, and it dropped a full point while we were talking to each other. All right, Matthew, I got the email from you. Hang tight, and I'm going to send you my personal plays right now. Give me 1 second, guys. It'd help if I could type and text. All right, just texted them to you, and you're all good to go, brother. Welcome aboard, and I look forward to working with you. Very welcome, Raymond. All right, not first game. Next game we're going to do. Out of request by Alex, North Texas and Cal, game 161-162. North Texas 1-1 straight up, 0-2 against the spread. 1-1 on the over. Cal 2-0 straight up, 1-1 against the spread, and 2-0 on the under. Beat Morgan State and Kansas State last week. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Wrong game. I was looking at the wrong box. Cal beaten. I didn't know they didn't play Morgan State. Cal beaten UC Davis and Washington last week, and 2-0 on the under. North Texas 2-0 on the over. So scratch that. North Texas 2-0 on the over after beating Abilene Christian 51-31. Total was 58.5. They beat them by 20. They nearly put the game over all by themselves. They also beat SMU 49-27. The total in that game was 72.5. All right. Both of Cal's games both went under by over a touchdown in each one, with a half a touchdown in the Washington game. Taking a look at the odds on that game, I'm popping them up right here, 161, 162. Cal opened up as a 13-point favorite. It's now 2 touchdowns. It's now Cal's laying 14 points at home with North Texas on the road. Total opened up at 57.5. The total is now down to 50 in quite a few spots. So Westgate's got them at 50. So the line has went up by by a half a point to a full point, depending on where you're looking, and the total has dropped. All right, total has dropped like a rock. Now, taking a look at the money aspect, if I can pop it up here, there it is. 76% of all against the spread bets coming in are on Cal laying the 2 touchdowns. 75% on the bets coming in are on the over as well. Keep in mind the total in this game has actually dropped significantly. It dropped over 7 points, 7.5 points, and the money is still coming in on the over. All right, the money is still coming in on the over, and they keep dropping it like a rock. Benji, Maryland is now 5.5. So if you're laying 7, you got robbed. If you're laying 7, you got robbed. Aaron, I see you just jumped on board, back on for a week. Awesome. I'll text that to you right now. Glad to have you back, brother. I just texted you as well. crazy. I'm actually used to my packages being 3 days. I've been writing down 3 days on everybody's account here. Change everything to a week. All right. Is Temple +9 good? I liked him at +9, or I liked him at +7.5. But there's some. I mean, I'm staying off the game completely, Jermaine. Even at +7.5, and even when it was +8, it got the sharps to bet it, but it didn't get me to bet it. All right, North Texas is 10-0 on the under against decent passing teams, averaging more than 7.5 yards per attempt. All right, North Texas through 2 games so far this year against Abilene Christian and SMU, averaging 39 points per game on offense, 201 yards on the ground, rushing on 38 attempts on average, and 284 passing yards on 25 passing attempts per game. All right, or completions, excuse me. Cal, on the other hand, averaging just 23.5 points on offense per game on their nice 2-0 start. 212 yards rushing the ball. Cal getting back to their ground and pound game, and just 174 yards passing the ball. On the defensive side of things, North Texas has been averaging, giving up 40 points per game. All right, that's to the likes of Abilene Christian and SMU. Okay? They've been giving up 197 yards rushing. Now, that's bad news for North Texas because Cal, through 2 games, is averaging 212 yards on the ground. Cal's going to be able to run a field day all over North Texas. North Texas couldn't stop SMU, and they couldn't stop Abilene Christian rushing the ball. All right, they're not going to be able to stop Cal running the ball. They're also giving up 282 yards passing. Well, luckily for them, Cal's only been throwing the ball 174 yards on average. But that was against UC Davis and then obviously Washington last week, which is a top-ranked school. Cal should have a field day. I don't have any play on this, guys. Let's take a look at the defensive side of things for Cal. Cal's been holding teams to just 16 points per game. They held Washington to 19 points last week. They held UC Davis to 13. They're holding teams to 134 yards rushing per game and 171 passing. All right. I do like Cal in this situation. I don't know if I can trust them laying 2 touchdowns, although they did they did beat UC Davis by 2 touchdowns. They were laying at 14.5. They didn't cover that spread, obviously by the hook. But I do like Cal in this scenario. But what I like on it is I like the total. I like the over on this game. I'm not betting. I don't have a bet on it. I might bet the over on this one for small. But I do like the over on this game. All right, North Texas Cal over the 50 points where it's at right now. Let me just double check where was it at. It's at 50. Yeah, so the Westgate has it at 50. It's dropping still. So I do like the over on this game, especially for the sole fact that Cal put up 23.5 points on average, and they put 20 up against Washington. Washington has a great defense. All right, North Texas does not. North Texas does not. So Cal should have zero problems putting up 5 scores themselves. And if North Texas can put up 2, to a team that's averaging 39 points per game, if they can put up 2, you guys are going to be looking close. We're going to be a 2-point conversion or a field goal away from that game going over. But I do like the over on this game. Alex says he took Cal minus 13.5. I like a minus 13.5. I don't know if I like Cal enough to lay 2 touchdowns because it's Cal still. But they are showing promise. The one thing that I do like about them is they've been running the ball. They've been getting back to their ground and pound game of running the ball and doing what they do best. And to me, that's a good thing. It really is. That really is a good thing for their program. And without it, they're without running the ball, and that's for most teams. You run the ball, it opens up a lot. Running the ball opens up a lot. And It's definitely good for them. All right, so let's see here. Don't forget, guys, games start in 55 minutes, excuse me. Guaranteed Saturday does not start until 7 p.m. Eastern time. My personal plays, I have one early game, all right? One early game, one 12 o'clock game, college football. After that, my remaining 3 personal plays do not start until 7 p.m. Eastern time. All my personal plays, with the exception of the first one, are later. So even if you miss the first one and you get 3 more games today and you go 3-0 in the evening, fantastic. It's probably better than what you'll do elsewhere. All right? So with the exception of on your own, I'm sure you guys are all great at picking games. Premium plays, they start at 3:30 Eastern time. So out of everything, we only have one early game. One early game, and I love it. Absolutely, Michael. Cal is definitely well coached. They're disciplined. But he doesn't think they could take him laying 2 touchdowns. I'm in the same agreement with you. It's still Cal. Maybe it's because I'm a big USC Trojan fan. I do follow the Pac-12 religiously. But it's definitely going to be a great time. Devin, you just signed up. For a week of personal plays? Okay. I actually see that right here. Hold on one second, bud, okay? Give me 1 second, and I will get you rolling and get you taken care of. Thank you for giving me that reminder. Thank you, because for some reason I didn't see it come through. It got lost in the Guaranteed Saturday buys. Speaking of Guaranteed Saturday, guys, if you're not aware, I dropped the price last night. Me and Jay did to $50. I want everybody to be able to bet it this week. I want you guys all to be able to bet Guaranteed Saturday this week, as well as premium plays or my personal plays. So Guaranteed Saturday is just $50 this week. Now, I wish I could do it every single week. It's college football this week, guys. I wish I could do that every week, but if we ever want to have a chance to do it, need a huge show of support, and I'll see if I can't get them to let me do it again. It may not be next week. Maybe it's another time. Maybe it's every now and then. But I know I'm going to get my ass chewed for it because it's normally $150. All right, Devin. I just texted you. Just let me know that you got them. Just reply back to the text. That way I know you got them. Randy G, good morning. Message I don't know what you posted. Oh, thank you, Devin. Glad you got them. Thanks for responding, bud. And then for everybody that wasn't aware, premium plays, my personal plays, 3 days, $99. 3 days, $99. Or sorry, 3 days. 1 week. 1 week of premium plays. We've never done 1 week before for $99. 1 week of premium plays or 1 week of my personal plays, $99. And you're open to buy both. And if you guys want to buy it as many times as you want, you can. All right, somebody give me another game to break down. And don't forget, guys, UFC at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 Pacific, UFC. Not only do we have our Guaranteed Max fight pick that you can get for $25, guaranteed to win, or you get his very next Guaranteed Max fight pick free. He's not dropping it, and I absolutely love it. And I think it's going to be a nice big UFC card, big winning UFC card. We got parlays, we got top fight picks, we got a couple dog of the nights. It's going to be a great, great UFC card. And as an added bonus, this week, we've never done this before. If you buy the UFC fight card for $40, we will give you The guaranteed max fight pick, absolutely free. Iowa and Iowa State, I like that one. Somebody give me a game number. Somebody give me a game number and I will pop it up. Somebody just commented on our YouTube. What about Premier League? Correct score do you have? I don't do Premier League. Jay, where you at, buddy? I want to know if your Aussie Rules League game was a winner last night. I believe so, Aaron. I'd have to double check on that one, but it should be. It should be. Daniel Burns, thank you, sir. 153, perfect. Randy G, if you were to buy guaranteed Saturday game, would there still be time to use the profits to buy premium play package for $99? Guaranteed Saturday starts at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So all of our premium plays for today, when guaranteed Saturday is done, will already be over. But you can always buy it tonight before the night's over. That way you can start, tomorrow. Or, if you're wanting premium plays today, it's recommended to buy them today. But the premium plays will be over by the time guaranteed Saturday play is over. There's a couple that start after guaranteed Saturday start, but those guaranteed Saturday won't be completed. But remember, the 1 week sale will be up there until at least midnight Pacific time. All right, it'll be up there until at least midnight Pacific time. I'm going to try and see if I can get it for tomorrow as well. It's easier for me to do it and then ask for forgiveness later than it is for me to ask if I can do it, them say no, and then do it anyways. Tom, you know me. I'll always root for you. No problem, Randy. All right, it was game 153 that Daniel said. Hold on one second, sir. Hold on one second. I don't have to scroll up that far. I like it. Thank you. Iowa and Iowa State, 153, 154. Iowa, 2-0 on the year, 1-1 against the spread. 1-1 on the over. Iowa State, 1-0 straight up. 0-1 against the spread. They did not cover their only game they've played so far, which was against Northern Iowa. They barely beat them by 3. Excuse me. Something in my eyeball. Barely beat them by 3, laying almost 3 touchdowns. The game did go over, though. Game went over the total of 41.5. They had a total of 56 points. All right, let's take a look at the odds here. Game 153 and 154. Eventually, I'll find it. There we go, 153, 154. Opened up Iowa State laying 1. There's been a line correction. It has flipped. All right, it is now Iowa laying 1. Although a couple of the books here in town do have Iowa laying 1.5, so we've seen a full 2.5-point line movement out. However, the Westgate still has them at laying 1 on this game. Total opened up at 47. It dropped like a rock to 42.5, which rightfully so is where it should be with these two teams matching up against each other. Now listen to a couple of these little top team trends. Iowa State, 10-0 against the spread. The last 10 games against strong rushing teams, averaging more than 4.7 yards per carry. Iowa, 4-11 against the spread on the road after a blowout straight-up win of 20 points or more. All right, they smashed Rutgers 30-0 last week. Iowa is 8-2 on the over on the road against solid passing defenses, yielding less than 6.2 yards per attempt. One thing that you're going to have to notice here is there's conflicting information on the over and under. All right, and we're going to dive more into this game and see what we can find. Okay, we're going to dive into it more and see what we can find to try and help you guys out. I don't have a play on this one. I do have a strong opinion on it. Marlon, I see you just signed up for my personal plays, bud. I'm going to be putting you on those as well. Just bear with me while we break down this game, and I'll do it hold on one second. Write down your phone number here before it gets put on my spreadsheet. Okay, so we're going to break down this game. I can tell you already right off the bat, I like the under on this game. We made some great money on it last year on the under. If you guys remember, it was actually a guaranteed Saturday play last year on the 8th of September. It was a monster guaranteed Saturday play last year. And we absolutely hammered it. I mean, we murdered it last year. All right, Marlon, just sent you my personal plays. Welcome back on board. Glad to have you back after a day or two hiatus. Okay, I know I missed a lot of comments, so let me see what I missed. Sam, remind me after this one. We'll do UCF next. Roger, great hit yesterday with the Rays. Yes, thank you, sir. MLB Game of the Year. Monster smash. Rays beating them 11-4. Mr. Watkins, welcome back on board, sir. I'm going to be sending you my personal plays as well. Bear with me just a sec. The order's coming in. Everybody wants that 9 o'clock game. And then we'll finish breaking down this one. Then we'll do the UCF game next. For Sam and everybody else. Okay. The Battle of the Cy-Hawk Trophy returns. All right? Not been much as of late. Iowa State, they've lost 4 straight. Okay? 3 out of the last 5 games have gone under. The last one went under. You guys remember last year, Iowa State lost 13-3. Iowa beat them 13-3. Extremely low-scoring game. Extremely low-scoring game. I remember it last year. Not only did we have Iowa, but we also had the under as a guaranteed Saturday play. It was a monster win for us. Now, I already read you guys the conflicting, percentages on over and unders. Now, let's dive in. And before we do that, let's take a look and see where the money's at on this game for you guys. All right, let me pop up where the money's at. That way you guys can get an idea and a feel. Remember, I don't have $1 on this game. I do like the under. I like the under a lot. And it just wasn't strong enough to make my personal play card. But I did like the under. The one of the things that I didn't like is everybody and their mother and their next door, their second cousin, their baby mamas, they're all on the under as well. 72% all riding the under on this game. 72% all riding the under. As far as the spread, the money is pretty even. If you take out like a 2 or 3% margin for error, reporting errors, 54% on Iowa, 46% on Iowa State. Originally, there was a lot of money coming in on Iowa State, but the money's been corrected. And that's why you see that line corrected. It was Iowa State at home laying 1. Now it's Iowa on the road laying 1 or 1.5, depending on where you're betting. As far as the money line goes, this is an interesting number. 87% of all money line bets coming in right now are still on Iowa State, the now home dog, who's getting 1 or getting 1.5, so they're getting plus money at home. The total on that game now, the total opened up at 47. It's down to 42.5. So the total is dropped pretty good. Total's dropped 4.5 points. Now it's not as big as the drop in the Cal game that we took a look at, but definitely a big drop. Anytime you've got a big swing like that, that's definitely a big drop. Taking a look at these two teams, all right? Iowa, so far, 2 games in. 2 games in, they're averaging 34 points per game. They're averaging, putting up 203 yards rushing the ball, doing what Iowa does. Rushing and passing. Guys, they run 8 plays on average, more rushing the ball than they do passing the ball. 203 yards on 40 rushing attempts, averaging 5.1 yards per rush. Passing the ball, 248 yards average, all right, 7.8 yards per play. They're averaging 13.3 yards per point. Iowa State averaging 29 points per game. Okay, still high-scoring teams for both of these two teams. Averaging 185 yards rushing the ball, 278 yards passing. Now let's take a look at them on defense, all right? Iowa holding teams to an average of 7 points per game. Now, that is against Miami, Ohio, and Rutgers. They shut out Rutgers 30-0, and we'll go over both of their games so far, the 3 games combined that they've played so far. Excuse me. Iowa's holding teams to 71 yards rushing. But you got to remember that's against Miami of Ohio and Rutgers. They're also holding teams to 113 yards passing per game after 2 games. Now, Iowa State, after 1 game, they gave up 26 points to Northern Iowa. Okay, they barely escaped a road game against Northern Iowa, the first game of the year, and they've had 2 weeks off. Let's be honest, they've had 2 weeks off to correct what they're doing and prepare for their in-state rival that they got beat by last year. Matter of fact, they've gotten beat the last 4 meetings straight. Iowa State on defense, they gave up 34 rushing yards to Northern Iowa. Where they got beat was in the passing game. They gave up 228 yards passing. Taking a look at their schedules and what they've done so far, first of all, Iowa State is 10-11 straight up, but 14-7 against the spread versus Iowa since 1998. So dating back 21 meetings, Iowa State is 10-11 straight up, so pretty even. However, they're 14-7 against covering the spread against Iowa, dating back all the way to 1998. Iowa so far this year, they played Miami, Ohio. They were laying 25.5 points. They had a total of 47. They beat Miami of Ohio 38-14. They beat them straight up. They did not cover the spread. However, that game did go over the total of 47. All right, their next game against Rutgers, they put up 30. Rutgers put up nothing. They shut out Rutgers. They covered the 17.5 point spread. They beat them straight up. However, the game went under the total. Now, Iowa State, on the other hand, they played Northern Iowa. Okay, 2 weeks ago. They were laying 20.5 points on the road. They won 29-26. They barely escaped. All right, they barely escaped. They put up 185 rushing yards, 278 yards passing. Guys, they put up almost 500 yards. They put up over almost 560. Actually, almost 570 yards offense, and 475 yards offense. And they could barely beat Northern Iowa 29-26. They're lucky they escaped with a win. All right, the game did go over the total. Well, now they got 2 weeks to prepare for the real in-state rival, Iowa, who's beat them the last 4 times straight. All right. Give me 1 second, folks. Reginald, what's going on, sir? Welcome back on board our premiums. Love to have you, brother. Love to have you. Just making sure I didn't miss anybody signing up. Glad to have everybody on board as well. Benji, Iowa State, money line, Ames, tough place to win. South Dakota Jackrabbits, tough squad. As far as Iowa State being a tough place to win, Iowa was able to get the best of them 2 years ago when they played there, 44-41 in a absolute slugfest. And they did beat them back in 2015 as well, 31-17. So other teams have struggled there. However, Iowa has not. Iowa hasn't struggled for 4 years beating them. And I expect it to be the same today. The only thing that shied me away from it was the 2 weeks that Iowa State had to prepare. All right, the 2 weeks that Iowa State had to prepare. I do expect it to be a low-scoring game. Who knows? Maybe the offense blows the door off the meeting 2 years ago. I mean, they had 85 combined points 2 years ago. But I like the total. If the total would have stayed where it opened at, and the total would have stayed in the high 40s, hell, even in the low or in the mid 40s, it would have been more enticing. If it would have stayed in the 47 range, I probably would have bet the under, and it probably would have actually made my card have been an official play. But it didn't. All right, it dropped like a rock quick. People remember what happened last year, 13-3 final. All right, people remember that. I do. We hammered Guaranteed Saturday last year on it. All right. Matter of fact, I was in Laughlin. I think I bet that game live. What's up, Reginald? Man, me and Reginald go way back. Can I tell the story, Reginald? Do you mind? Do you mind if I tell the story on how we've you've not only become a client but a buddy? I value each and every single one of our clients, our viewers, and everybody. Everybody that follows us. So, Reginald, thank you. I wanted to ask first. Me and Reginald go way back. Reginald, before, to say it politely, hated my guts. He was never a client before. He is now. He's a very valued client, and I love working with him. Reginald was very anti-Cappers Direct, anti-Cappers Nation. He got caught listening to the hoopla of Bozo and the other services. Karen C., how are you? Reggie used to come here and beat us up. I mean, big time. I mean, just all kinds of just trash talk to us about how we're this and we're that. We're a fraud. We suck. We're a loser. We're this and that. And then, lo and behold, one day during March Madness, filming a live show, and I see an order come through. And I'm like, what? And I look at the name. I'm like, no way. This can't be the same guy. Bought a package. Bought a premium play package. Went about his business. He won money. And signed up again. Signed up for a second package. Then I get a phone call one day and I see his name pop up on caller ID. And so I'm like, okay, I actually look forward to this phone call. Making amends and continuing to make a money. So I get a phone call and he, explains who he is, tells me who he is, introduces himself, and we chit-chat, and he's apologizing because he got sucked into drinking the Kool-Aid of the people he probably should have been more nervous about than us. So, water under the bridge, got him going back on YouTube again, and he is an absolute valuable asset, as all of our clients and viewers are, not only to Cappers Direct, but to the Cappers Nation live show. So it's funny. People may not like us to start, but they eventually end up here because they finally realize they get to deal with actually, people that actually bet the games. Not moonlight sports bettors, not recreational sports bettors that bet every now and then. You guys get to deal with actual, real sports bettors, which is the coolest thing ever for you guys. People that actually bet the games. People that actually bet the same games that you guys do, you get to work with. So, funny story. I love telling it. And that's happened dozens and dozens of times. Once a week, we get a client that hated us from somebody else talking trash about us to coming over here. So absolutely love it. We welcome it. I mean, I know you guys can't see both my arms wide open. All right, I'm a big teddy bear. Arms wide open for every client, every viewer. You want to come deal with people that actually bet the games and bet for a living. and we'll take care of you as if you're our own. That's the one thing that we do, is we take care of you guys as if you are our own, and treat you guys as if I was on the other side. Always take care of you. Buy a week of premium plays, my personal plays. We don't make any money. I'll take care of you until we do. I'll take care of you until we do. So, let's get back to the game day breakdowns. Somebody give me that game number on UCF. Joshua says, honesty is honesty. No way to fake it. Capper's direct, second to none. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Karen, Reginald was a thorn in my side back then. He was definitely a thorn in my side. He came to the dark side, J-Dub. Absolutely. Actually, he came to the correct side. Sam, I know you wanted the, Who Dat Bob 100% facts. Damn straight, buddy. Give me that game number of that game, bud, the UCF game, and I will break it down. Until then, we're going to do one that I want to do real quick. We're going to do the BYU-USC game. All right, BYU-USC. And then we're going to get you guys on your way. We're going to do that. We'll do the UCF game, get you guys on a free play, and we'll get you guys on your way as well. All right? All right, game 143, 144 while we wait for that game number on the UCF game. 143, 144, my USC Trojans. And I promise you this breakdown will not be from the heart. It'll be straight facts and statistics and my damn honest opinion. All right? Southern Cal opened up as a 4-point favorite. It is now up to 4.5 in a few spots, although the Westgate still has it at 4. Hold on. It just updated. It just flashed in front of my eyes. All right. MGM just bumped the game to 5. Literally, just like that, guys. The guy, a fairly decent-sized wager came in. 4,400 to win 4K on Southern Cal minus 4.5 at MGM. They bumped the line to 5. Although you can still get 4 at a couple places, although I don't expect it to stay there. All right, total opened up at 48.5. Now get this. It is up to 57. The total is up to 57. Why? Keaton Slovis, the kid from Phoenix, his high school offensive coordinator, none other than Kurt Warner himself. This kid, obviously, he was highly recruited to USC for quite some time. However, his offensive coordinator, Kurt Warner, all right, guys, he has been groomed by a Hall of Famer. Now, these numbers for USC, I'm still thinking UFC next, or UCF, excuse me. These numbers for my Trojans. Some of these numbers still have JT Daniels in the mix. Give this kid another game, another 2 games, because he's got BYU today, his first ever true road game. Then he's got Utah, Washington, Notre Dame. All right? The next 4 weeks, actually next 5 weeks, because they've got a little bye after Washington. They've got a week off after Washington. You know, I was a big Clay Helton fan, Benji. I don't think Clay Helton is that bad of a coach. I think he's taken some gambles at the right times over the last 2 years that did not go his way. He took some, risky gambles on risky play calls on both offense and defense that did not go his way. On that they could have went either way, and those were deciding factors in some big games. And they did get blown out last year. You know, they did get blown out last year. But let's be honest, he didn't inherit much after Sarkisian got booted for being a drunk. All right, USC 2-0 to start the year, 1-1 against the spread, 2-0 on the over. All right, the air raid offense is back with USC. However, the one thing that they've been lacking is that running the ball. All right, they've been lacking the big rushing game. I look for them to actually do that against BYU today, who has been giving up 249 yards on the ground. They've also been great defending the pass, holding teams to 141 yards in the air. So look for USC to surprise BYU on the ground game today. But Kadon Slovis, guys, he completed 28 out of 33 passes. He had 5 missed passes last week. He went for 377 yards in the air, 3 touchdowns, and he made it look easy against Stanford. All right, they went down, 20 straight points? Or 17 straight points, whatever it was last week. The USC defense put them in a hole early. USC defense got back to what they were doing, their lockdown defense. USC, if you guys remember, back in the Pete Carroll days, and even then, straight lockdown defense, one of the top-rated defenses in the league. It's the reason why they won national championships. It's the reason why they won Pac-12 championships. And it's, they've always had a great defensive program at USC. But on the offense, they've been lacking on the offense. New offensive coordinator, Graham Harrell, he's got them rolling. 492 offensive yards last week. BYU, guys, they struggled against Utah. Utah put the smack down on them on week 1. All right, they beat them 30-12. Now, yes, BYU came back. They beat an SEC team. Yes, they beat an SEC team. Bow down to BYU. They beat an SEC team. BYU is not a bad program. They're 1-1 straight up, 1-1 against the spread, 1-1 on the over. All right. However, they beat a Tennessee team. All right. It took 2 overtimes to beat Tennessee 29-26. No offense, Daniel, I'm sure you're watching, and all the other Tennessee Vols fans around the world. Tennessee is trash. Even their mascot put in for a transfer. All right, even their mascot put in for a transfer. So, yes, USC is 1-8 against the spread in their last 9 non-conference games. But watch that. All right? Caution to the wind. That is the USC of last year. The USC of the year before. USC's offense is back to where it needs to be. I was never a fan of JT Daniels. I said that last year. I was against him getting the start. JT Daniels, maybe he'll show some promise in the future, maybe when he matures a little bit. He's a great quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He's not a great quarterback. Kedon Slovis, he will be a great quarterback. He's young. Not only can he move on the ground, but he gets the ball out quick. He's a deep threat, and his accuracy is spot on. And let's not forget who he was groomed by in high school. Kurt Warner. Okay? Benji, I never liked the hire of Clay Helton. I don't think he was ready for the head coaching spotlight of USC in Southern California, Hollywood, the glitz and glimmer. Maybe in another smaller program, smaller area. But for USC, they need a Pete Carroll. They need a high-impact coach that recruits. I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, they broke every rule when it comes to recruiting, but they had Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush. I mean, let's see who else they've recruited over the years. Juju Smith-Schuster. How many others have came from USC? Wide receivers, running backs, quarterbacks. And yes, Tennessee is absolute garbage. Taking a look at the numbers, USC averaging 145 yards on the ground, 324 in the air. I think that ground number goes up today. All right, I bet they put over 200 yards up, 200 yards on the ground against BYU. BYU's been averaging they gave up 249 yards on the ground to Utah and Tennessee on average. Teams have been able to get 5.1 yards per rushing attempt. BYU's been great defending the pass, only giving up 141 yards per game. USC is going to look to establish the run, which will open up those play-action passes for Keaton Slovis. You'll see. I think it's going to be a good game. I might be a little biased. Two teams haven't met since 2004, when my Trojans back in their heyday absolutely smashed BYU 42-10. The year before that, 35-18. And I look for the same thing this year. I like USC. I do agree, Benji. USC needs a big-time coach. Urban Meyers will be there next year. If we can bet on it, find me a book where we can bet on it. I want to go bet on it. Urban Meyers will be the coach of the US. Now, I take that back. If Clay Helton has an amazing year, he wins the Pac-12 South, he'll be the coach next year. They're not going to get rid of him. I can't see them moving away from him if he has a performing year and they're able to win the Pac-12 South. He's got a great start to keeping his program. He's 2-0 straight up, which obviously that's all that matters to USC is those straight up wins. They don't care about against the spread, obviously. Skip, as a former Buckeye, you would hate that. I would love it. It's already been talked about. It's already been hinted. USC has the money to bring him in, and just timing wise, him hanging out there with Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush, you don't think that he's they got him in his ear. So my first personal play, guys, goes down in 18 minutes. And I'm going to give you guys a free play that starts in 18 minutes as well. But hold on one second, okay? For everybody that doesn't know, Guaranteed Saturday starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Our first premium play does not start until 3:30 Eastern Time. All right, plenty of time to get on board and make yourself some easy money today. All right, premium plays, 1 full week, $99. Literally, 7 full days of premium plays. We've never done this sale before. 7 days of premium plays, $99. Or 7 days of my personal plays, $99. Going to be a great day today, guys. And don't forget, Guaranteed Saturday. We've never done this either. It's normally $150. Winner, you get your money back. We dropped it to $50 for today. $50. And if you don't win, I will give you my game of the week absolutely free. But we're going to win it. Guaranteed Saturday is college football today. You guys want to get on board it. It's going to be a nice, big, smashing winner, and you guys are going to make a boatload of money. I promise you that much. Guaranteed Saturday is going to be a hell of a game. So you got plenty of time to get on board it. You got plenty of time to get on our premium plays, plenty of time to get on our personal plays. But what I want to do is I still want to break down the UCF game for Sam if he's here, or for anybody else that wants that game. Sam, are you still here? I do believe you are here. If you are, somebody give me a game number on that game. But what I want to do is I'm going to get you guys on a free play right now. Then we're going to break down the UCF game because I don't want anybody to miss it. I know how sometimes we can talk, and then we miss it. Sam, you're here? Okay, perfect. Kyle represents the Trojan, absolutely. Right here, fight on, baby. Fight on, born and bred. Thank you, Roland. I do appreciate that, 135, 136. But I want to give you guys a free play right now, and then we're going to break down that game for you guys as well, because I don't want you guys to miss this one. All right. It is a consensus play. I'm gonna probably give you guys another free play later on Twitter. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, you need to follow me on Twitter. That way, when I put out another free play later, you guys get it. Now, I'm not going to be in the office all day. If you're trying to reach me by email, there'll be a small little period of time, like an hour and a half window where I don't have cell phone signal. I'm going up to Mount Charleston today. If you're in the area and you're going up to Mount Charleston, definitely look me up. I'll be up there at the resort up there. We're going to go four-wheeling a little bit later on today. Obviously not right away. I'll be here till the games start and all that good stuff. But later on this afternoon, I'll be up there. I'll have cell phone signal up there, but there's like a little hour-long stretch where I won't have signal. But obviously everybody in the office will. They'll be responding to emails and all that good stuff. So you'll have no problem there. But I'm going to post another free play. I might do a little video up there, up in the woods, and which will be a lot of fun as well. So make sure you guys follow me on Twitter as well. And don't forget, UFC starts at 5 p.m. Eastern. Buy the fight card for $40, and you get the UFC fight pick absolutely free. All right? You want the max fight pick free? You don't have to pay for it. Buy the fight card for $40. It starts at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And we're going to have a free UFC fight pick as well. That will be out at... what is it? 3 o'clock Eastern time. 3 o'clock Eastern time, the free fight pick will be up on the website. So you got to go to our website. It's 100% free. It doesn't cost you a penny, but it'll be on the website at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Matter of fact, hold on. They wanted me to post it at 3 p.m., but what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate it right now. So that way you guys can get that in as well. All right, it is the free UFC fight pick. It's on the second fight of the night, and want you guys to be able to benefit from that one as well. Okay, so hold on one second. Let me turn that one on. It's free. No, there's no credit card required. You just have to have an account. If you don't have an account, you make one. It's free to register. It doesn't cost you a thing to register a free account. Okay, but you get a full free write-up as well as a fight pick. It's the second fight of the night, and I don't want you guys to miss it either. So that one is up. You can get that right on the website. You just click on the UFC tab for the link that I posted above for the package. Yeah, Lenny, you definitely missed some leans. Feel free to rewind the video. We broke down a bunch of games. But free play, guys, see, I'm already been talking 12 minutes before this free one. It is a consensus play. It should have been a premium place, but we already had too many, and we weren't about to put out 5. So I definitely like this one quite a lot. It does start. It is a 12 o'clock game. Garrett, what's going on, sir? But everybody knows our consensus plays that we've been putting out have been red hot. 2-0 back-to-back day on free plays, and this one's going to be a no-brainer either. But let me double-check from where we put it out at to make sure nothing has changed from the overnight line to this morning. Nope, still 59.5 at the MGM and the Westgate. Free play, guys. Ohio State, Indiana over 59.5. College football. Ohio State, Indiana over 59.5. I look for this one to be going over that by 3 touchdowns and into the high 70s, low 80s. So we did that one. Now let's break down that UCF game. Now, I forget what the game number was, but let me scroll up and see. 135. Okay. Let me find it real quick. We're going to break down that one. Then we're going to get you guys on your merry way. I have already sent out my personal plays, so if you're on my personal plays and you did not get them, send me a message. I only have one early game. My first personal play starts at noon Eastern time, 9 Pacific. Then my next one is not until tonight at 7 o'clock. All right? 3 of my 4 games are all in the nighttime, so you have plenty of time to get on board my personal plays. All right? First premium play does not start until 3:30 Eastern time. Premium plays don't even start until 3:30 Eastern time. That's why I gave you guys this free play to get you guys on some early action. All right? Some early action, excuse me, and make you some money. And I know almost every single one of you have already bought either premium plays or my personal plays today. So it's probably jumping up. As soon as we bet it, it's going to go up. If you guys haven't realized, we've been moving the lines. Got it at 60.5. I'm sure 60.5, a point higher is fine. I'm expecting it to be north of 70 points, high 70s. I'd be shocked if it didn't hit the high 70s, if not a little bit higher. So, all right, going to break down this game. UCF and Stanford game, 134 and 130. Or sorry, UCF and Stanford, 135 and 136. Line on this game, guys, opened up. Central Florida opened up laying 7. It is now up to 10. All right, Westgate just bumped up to 10. Literally, while I was looking at it, it flashed from 9.5 to 10. Total on this game opened up at 55.5. It is now up 4 points to 59.5 points. All right, over and under set at 59.5. Central Florida now laying 10, going up against Stanford. All right. Stanford, first of all, they're expecting KJ Costello. I haven't looked this morning, but he is supposed to be playing. All right. Last I checked, they were expecting him to play. He was going to be a game time decision. All right. Stanford 1-1 straight up, 1-1 against the spread, 1-1 on the over. They got a win against Northwestern. They lost to my Trojans last week. They got murdered last week. Central Florida 2-0 straight up, 2-0 against the spread, 2-0 on the under. All right, on the under, which is kind of rare for them. All right, they got wins over Florida A&M and Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic and Lane Kiffin. My boy, old head coach from our Trojans, got the beat down last week by Central Florida. All right, let's take a look at the money aspect of this game and see where the money is at for you guys. All right. Let me pop up the money aspect of it. We'll take a look at that as well. Not much has been reported. As of right now, 80% on against the spread bets are coming in on Central Florida. All right, this is a 3:30 Eastern time game, guys. It'll be on ESPN. Johnny K, you got it at 60. 60 should be good. I literally expect at least mid-70s. At least mid-70s. Stanford, guys, 6-0-1 against the spread on the road before playing Oregon. Central Florida, 9-16 against the spread their last 25 games against low-scoring teams averaging 21 points per game or less. Stanford, averaging 18.5 points per game. Stanford, 7-0 on the under on the road before playing Oregon. They play Oregon next week. That's why these stats keep coming out. All right. Head-to-head matchups they haven't played since 2015, where Stanford beat them 31-7. Although 4 years ago was a completely different Central Florida team. They've completely rebuilt it and done what they've done. All right. Last week, Stanford. Trojans put 492 yards on them. 11.2 yards per passing attempt. I don't think their defense is going to be improved in 1 week. All right. Last week, Trojans averaged 4.1 yards per carry. And the Trojans have not been a big running team this year. It's been all about the air raid. Now, UCF has been averaging 325 yards rushing the ball. Okay. Stanford has been fairly good defending the rush, giving up just 104 yards rushing. Where they got shredded was in the air. All right, but UCF has been putting up over 630 yards a game on average of offense. 325 on the ground, 309 in the air. Okay, while holding teams to 70 yards rushing and 134 on offense. Quick little synopsis of this game. I think it's going to be closer than a lot of people think. I think a touchdown is going to decide this game. Maybe a tad bit more. I think 10's a lot for UCF. Yeah, they're at home. It's Stanford's second road game, and yeah, they got beat in the Coliseum last week. But let's not forget KJ Costello going down with a head injury. All right, that may have affected. Which it did affect Stanford's output on offense. So I look for this one. I think Stanford. I don't have a play on this one. I do lean towards Stanford on this. I do lean towards Stanford plus a 10. I like them at plus 10. I didn't like it where the line opened. I did not like Stanford where the line opened. I didn't see much value in that point at 7. I think that the game's going to be decided by a touchdown, a tad bit more. Maybe 10 points. Might get a push. Might be 8 or 9 if one of these two teams misses an extra point. But I like Stanford plus a 10, but I don't like it enough to bet it. Okay? I don't like it enough to bet it. So that's that, guys. I do appreciate everybody that tuned in. Guys, you have plenty of time to get on board our premium plays. You have plenty of time to get on board Guaranteed Saturday. As an added bonus, don't forget, Guaranteed Saturday, $50 for today, guys. $50 for today, Guaranteed Saturday. If we don't win, it is college football. If we don't win, I'll give you my game of the week absolutely free, which is a $100 play, which will make you the money back tenfold. Roland, I'm probably not going live later today. I'm going to probably give out another free play. I might give out a free play later today. It may be on my Twitter like I did last week. Remember, guys, what did I give out on Twitter last week? I gave a lot out on Twitter last Saturday. We gave out 4-0 or 5-0 on Twitter last week. I think 4-0. So watch out on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at CapNationKyle for more on a free play. But no, I will not be going live later today. I'll be live again tomorrow, 6 a.m. on the West Coast, 9 on the East Coast. Okay, we'll be live again tomorrow. And it's going to be a great time tomorrow. Another great time tomorrow, guys. Okay, so don't miss out. Get on board today. And don't forget, guys, 1 week of premium plays. 7 full days. We have never done this sale before. First premium play doesn't start until 3:30 Eastern time. 1 full week of premium plays. Or 1 full week of my personal plays, $99. You can go buy both of them, and you can buy it as many times as you want. You want a month of premium plays, buy it 4 times. You can get it for $396. Go buy. I'm telling you guys, take advantage of it. The sales are supposed to end tonight at midnight. I'm going to try and get it for tomorrow as well. And don't forget, UFC Fight Night 158 goes down at 5 p.m. Buy the fight card for $40. Get all of our parlays, leans, stay away recommendations, all those juicy write-ups that our UFC expert is spot on. Even when he loses a fight, he's spot on. He tells you how the guy's going to damn lose. If he's able to lose, or if it's capable. Buy that, it's $40, and if you buy that, we're going to give you our Guaranteed Max Fight Pick absolutely free. So you're going to get our Guaranteed Max Fight Pick absolutely free, or just go buy the Guaranteed Max Fight Pick if you're already on the card for $25. Guaranteed a winner, you get the next one absolutely free. So enjoy that free play, guys. Enjoy all the free plays. And let's make some money. Thank you for everybody that tuned in. And remember, we will be live again tomorrow morning, and I look forward to it. Live shows are absolutely awesome. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. And Bill Hite, what's going on, sir? Thanks for joining us. You got us just at the tail end. Don't forget, you can always hit the rewind button and watch the archive show. All right, guys? First premium play goes down at 3:30 Eastern time. My first personal play starts in just a minute. And we're going to leave you with some fun and a laugh to end the day. All right, guys? Take it easy, guys.
You ready for Cinco de Mayo?
Sí, sí.
You ready for Cinco de Mayo? Dame. Let's go, papi. Let's get it. Go. Yeah. Let's go, baby. Hey. What? Let's go.